Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Tuesday, July 18th, 2023. Let's take a look at the Forex economic calendar today. RBA monetary policy statement had been released overnight at 3:30, and data from the Japan had been released as well. Tertiary industry activity index beats the expectations of 0.4% with the actual reading of 1.2%. So that's the data for the from the overnight. No data is scheduled for release during the London session. However, we have plenty of data scheduled for release during the New York session. Canadian data are housing starts, core CPI and CPI together with the LMPI. So this data are scheduled for release at 2:30, and then of course we got the core retail sales and retail sales from the US scheduled for release as well at 2:30. Then we got the industry production data from the US 3:15, and the business inventories data at 4 o'clock. Then we have retail inventories excluding autos, and at 10 o'clock we got TIC net long terms transactions, and then 30 minutes later API weekly crude stock. In the meantime, we got the global dairy trade price index from the New Zealand at 5 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock we got the MPC member Ramsden to give us pitch. Those data are of course the medium importance. As you can see, we got only two yellow dots. Of course, 3 dots are here. Core retail sales and retail sales data from the US. And this is something that all of the traders should pay attention to. So it looks like the Canadian dollar will be in focus today. So let's just take a look at the Canadian dollar technical picture. But we start with the euro dollar as usual. So the euro dollar is doing something pretty nice, which means that the euro dollar is doing another local high and the swing high. The level of the 1.1264 was the swing high so far, and we are approaching this long-term technical resistance here. This is the 1.128688. This is the level where the technical resistance is, and just below it there is a 61% of the Fibonacci retracement on the weekly time frame chart. So you can see it clearly that this is to be or not to be for all of the euro dollar boost. So please keep an eye on this situation here. Keep an eye on the situation development, because it looks like we might have a nice breakout to the upside, and then the uptrend is confirmed, because this is the last of the Fibonacci retracement level that is strong and important. And just above it there's like a technical resistance. So if 2 of them are broken, then of course in that situation, well, the uptrend will continue even higher. However, in case of the reversal around here, we should expect a very nice drop lower, even below the local technical support at 1.1204. So the market should go definitely lower if there is some kind of a reversal. So we need to wait a little bit. This is 4-hour chart, so there is still a chance that the market will develop some very nice movement to the upside. Let me just take a look then at the US dollar to the Canadian dollar. This is the 4-hour chart of the US dollar to the Canadian dollar, and what do we have here? As you can see, this is the previous low and this is the last low. So we have another lower low on the USD to CAD. Let me just show you guys this one, and of course the newest one was made at the level of 1.3091. So we are basically approaching the level of 1.3 on the 4-hour chart, and that's of course is the psychological level, because it's around level 1.3, or very nice level that works as a magnet for the prices. The bounce occurred after the bullish engulfing pattern, and we rallied as high as 1.3231. The local technical resistance is at this level. The local technical support is 1.3175. So we are now trading inside of this range, just between the 50 and 100 periods moving average. The period is 4-hour time frame, of course, and then ultimate target for the bulls this time is of course the technical resistance located at 1.3265, and then in case of a breakout there is this high from the July 7th located at 1.3386. so if we break higher and if there is some sort of the bigger correction, bigger pullback to the upside, those levels are apparently very possible to be hit. Nevertheless, if we zoom out, you can clearly see that the trend is still to the downside. We are keep making lower lows. Even we make lower highs, which is even stronger indication of the downtrend that is in progress. So the bears are now in charge of this market, and there is not much we can do about it unless that level of 3386 is clearly violated. Then we can say that okay, this is another local high, and we might be basically moving higher in order to terminate the downtrend and reverse, and then start some sort of the bigger pullback to the upside or a new up trend. So that's the US dollar to the Canadian dollar. We talk about the euro dollar already. I think we should take a look at some other markets like the British pound, because it's important as well. The British pound, as you can see, is right now trying to break higher above the 50 periods moving average after this local high and swing high at 1.3141 was made. So right now the local technical support is 1.3050, and if we break below this support, then we got another very weak support at 1.2999. so 1.3 level is apparently the next support. This is of course the psychological support only. We broke above this very short time frame trend line, but it looks like the boost doesn't have this much power, that doesn't have this much momentum to rally higher. If you take a look here, you will see that we are coming off the extremely overbought market conditions. Right now the low was made at the level of 60, but it looks like the market wants to go lower towards the level of 50 in order to test it. So that means there is still room to the downside on the British pound. There is room on the market on the chart on the market of the British pound to American dollar as well. So please be careful, because the market might go lower. The ultimate technical support is of course very strong and tested technical support at 1.2847, and as long as we trade above this level, then of course the uptrend is still intact. And last but not least, of course, let's take a look at some Bitcoin, because the Bitcoin is approaching the technical support, very important technical support around 29,623. They tried to test it. Okay, and the low was made at 29,669, so just a tad above this technical support, but the bounce was pretty intense, and we've been trading just below this 100 periods moving average. So we can see this bearish pressure coming to the markets every time the Bitcoin jumps. Is being used to sell it for the better price, and then of course it's going right back towards the 100 periods moving average or just below it. So this is very important zone, and the next important of course the technical support is the the low located at 29,623. If we break below this level, then of course the situation is worse for the bulls, because the next eventual technical support is located at let me just take a look, 28,446. So there is still a room to the downside on the Bitcoin. There is still a room to the downside on the chart, despite the fact that we hit the level of 34 points. So if there is no positive outcome from this situation here in form of the trend continuation to the upside and a strong bounce and trend continuation, then sooner or later we should expect a breakout of this technical support, and then of course test of the another series of the technical supports here that has not been tested yet. So bulls are right now in really concerned on the Bitcoin, because every time they try to move higher, they've been basically very shortly they were capped. during any of the rally. So if they throw a towel, the Bitcoin might do like a spike lower and break all of this technical supports made by the last highs whatsoever. So that's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. So take care and bye bye.